Welcome back to the channel where we're showing you that trading is as easy as you make it on yourself. Now, when we're talking about trading, we're talking about everything from crypto to stocks to your IRA portfolios, your Roths, everything in between, right? I don't care if you're on futures or Forex, MT4 or TradingView. There's a billion things that you can do, and they're all really, really simple if you're willing to stay the course long enough. So, without further ado, my name is Jenny Baker, for those of you guys who don't know me. And tonight we have a really quick call just to show you, hey, here's the trades we looked at 2 weeks ago. Here's what they did, and then here's what we're looking at right now. Of course, we're not cherry picking certain days and like being present in the market all the time. We're not cherry picking only perfect situations. We're following a duplicatable system that says, here's the rules to enter. Here's what we do when we're entering. This is what this looks like over a period of time. So, of course, without further ado, we have to say our disclaimer, right? Pop that up on the screen real quick, and let's go take a look at how some of that performed. Here's where we're at for our public 4-hour experiment, right? What we looked at on the 10th actually was just 3 trades. Honestly, because we have our rules predefined, so they're already spelled out, they're already written in front of us. It's not, well, hey, she knew better. Nope, it's already done. And of course, we looked at Bitcoin. We knew that was going up. That's technically 73,000 pips, but we're dividing it by 10 because of the value of those pips. That's over 7,420 pips in like 20 minutes, right? This morning we were on a call. We ended up taking S&P and US 30. That's YM or M, whatever, MYMZ, I think, on futures. I don't even know the right symbol name. Really simple. Takes like 20 minutes. Go get your contracts in, spread it around, mirror it through a few accounts, and then you're done. It doesn't take a whole bunch, and most of the time we're just over-actioning. So I wanted to show what this does, what this is worth to you. If this is only personal money, this is not prop firms or anything of that sort. This is just your personal funding to kind of give you an idea. If you're risking 1% and your starting balance is here, this is about what you would have accomplished in about 20, 40 minutes a month. That's not bad, right? If you're saying, hey, wait, this is an investment, I'm trying to treat this seriously. Even if you're risking a very small amount and you fail at this, you've still made, $8,000 to $10,000, $16,000. And of course, if you're risking a little bit more, 3 or 5%, look at that number. If you failed at this by 90%, tripped, didn't do everything right, and still failed at that 1.5 million by 90%, you've still made over 6 figures, potentially a little less than $250,000 in a very short amount of time, taking literally no minutes, no thought process, nothing. So let's go take a look at the charts. I hope you guys are following along these trades with me on the 4-hour time frame, maybe placing them in your demo or paper trading account. If you don't have a broker, please do check the link tree below. Of course, you can sign up with any of those. Set up a demo account. It costs you nothing. Come to these videos twice a month and just see, what if I take the trade in the buy or sell direction using this strategy, put my stop loss where suggested or in and around that area, protect, lock, scale, or trail within 25 to 50 pips or 1 R to R, well, 1 ATR, I should say. And that's it. Those are the only things you have to know how to do, and see where that lands in 3 to 6 months. Just try it. It's less than 1 episode of a Netflix show, and it could be the decision that changes, the rest of your life. So let's go look at the charts real quick. Let's see. Okay, here we are. First thing I'll point out is, please notice from where we looked, and remember this is a little bit of ahead because it's, UTC time versus, Eastern Standard Time. We've been really range bound. We were a few weeks before that. We have been since as well. We've popped up, we've popped down. Really haven't broken any higher highs since we had this video. You would have got your 41-ish pips selling. You would have got your 70, 80-ish pips buying. And we're still sitting very still. The reality is the US dollar is incredibly weak, and it doesn't look like it's going to change, even though we look like we're sitting at some major structure on some major time frames. It's just what is. So we don't always get to control the markets as much as we want to. Either way, the trade was a winner according to the rules and how we're managing. It just has been range bound. So not any really breakout, nothing major happened, and not a bad way to be. If you can close profitable pips, you're in a good place. GN, actually an AN as well, has not made much of a move either. So it's moved like 50, 60, 70 pips, give or take. We have yet to break the bottom and or the top, really. We're really also range bound. Sometimes you go to pick a trade, you think that, hey, these are the ones that you like. This is how things are setting up. They're the best in terms of around whatever news events you're avoiding or trying to target, whatever the case may be in your particular scenario. And sometimes just this is how it plays out. So real talk, real life, we got our pips out of it. Not bad. Really wish we would have got more. Again, same concept. I really was looking for a bit more of a retracement before we continue to the downside, but it looks like that consolidation is the retracement we're going to get on the daily time frame. You'll notice that super big downward pressure. So again, because of how we decided to manage these, they're safe, it's profitable, you're done, right? So not bad. And of course, last but not least, which we said, hey, I'm not going to count that on our spreadsheet, and I will remove it. I will stay true to form. Notice the pip count, but also the value. So yes, technically it is 73,000 pips, give or take. I don't know for sure. 73, 71-ish thousand pips. We're dividing that by 10. So either way, 7,000 pips to give it close to that $1 per pip value. Cool. That was a beautiful trade. All using the same exact strategy, right? 4-hour time frame, just perfect, beautiful way to be. Now on Bitcoin, we're moving up. We are slowly breaking out of that downward channel that we had forming. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a nice explosion and retest, and let's see how that plays out. But that's a conversation for another time. Right now, using a singular strategy does kind of limit us. It makes these Tuesday nights to where, like, not every time we come on is it super optimal, because sometimes they're just not setting up. There's a few trades, for example. There are a few trades who I love. We're a little late to the party on some. I still love this as the sell. You know, we know that all the US dollars are going completely crazy. But there's a lot of trades to be had on any given moment based off of the strategy you're using. But again, staying true to form, I'm just trying to show people sticking with one thing is net profitable over a long period of time if you have duplicatable results with a positive R&R and you're doing it consistently over and over again. And I think we've done a pretty successful job at that. So if these videos are helping you, please make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all the things that help the YouTube algorithm keep showing this to more people who it can help. And of course, most importantly, I'm doing this to hope that some people are taking these paper trades, like just to get the foundation, just to get a, hey, what if I followed this blindly? What if I followed this blindly, put it in a paper trading account, and just looked at the results in 3 to 6 months? Because oftentimes when we're making our trades, when we're making our decisions, when we're strategy hopping and YouTube surfing, we're hopping all over the place. We're going from this strategy to Ichimoku, from this guy to ICT, from this guy to whatever new thing or old thing under the sun. And then at the end of this 3 to 6 month period, we end up with literally nothing. We end up net negative. We end up having a bunch of experience, actually no experience in literally everything, because we have stuck with not one thing long enough to gain any experience. And we're defeated, we're emotionally drained, we're mentally, our capital is low, right? The goal here is to say, hey, here's a few trades, following a single strategy, here's how you manage them, takes you a few minutes a month, try it. Just to help build up that backbone, build up that faith bone, build up even if it is paper trading, build up the ability to see a positive P&L over time. I'm not talking single weeks and days. Of course, sometimes they're going to be net negative or net positive. That's part of the journey. But over a long period of time, is that equity curve up? And if you're doing this with me, as we just showed on that spreadsheet, that's what we're doing here. So tonight, we know the US dollar, there's so much going on right now in the markets and around the world. Not a lot setting up again according to this particular strategy, because just everything is really taking off already. It's gone. Had we looked at this last Tuesday, probably would have been perfect, but it wasn't on our agenda. So that's okay. Tonight, to stay true, here's what we've got. I'm looking for a buy on CADCHF. I actually took this prior to the call. So we're buying CADCHF. Cool. Easy peasy. This does not have a very big ATR. So again, as always, we're protecting within about 25 to 50 pips. One ATR is about 44 to give you an idea. 44 to 50. Looking for at least a 2 ATR trade. We're using structure as our stop loss. Of course, you can tighten that up a little bit if you'd like. I think we've already got a really good trend going. And you can even trail this with the trend line. So great way to be. I think you have a high probability trade, just given the strength and the values of the CAD and the CHF. But we'll see. It's okay if we lose some. It's, again, part of the journey. And I've been really hesitant to play with any JPY pairs because of how most of the mirroring software has been handling the different contract values. So I've really backed off. But, of course, right around the time I backed off on JPY pairs, man, did they get smooth. They got pretty. They got perfect. So we had this huge steaming roll up. We've come down. We've stayed flat for a while. We've retested that low. I'm just looking to come up a little bit, right? This is a really simple, easy trade. We've got our buy right there. So again, let's see. Always on the candle pattern when we're on. And we're buying. So unlike the other one, This risk reward is not going to be super, super large. I think there's quite a bit of room on the table for this trade. Quite a bit of room. That's a lot of pips, as you can see. So because that ATR is so big, please make sure you protect this within about 50 pips. This is JPY. You can, of course, trail this with the trend. You can trail this with the moving average. You can do all kinds of different ways to protect, lock, scale, and trail this trade. But if it were me, I'm definitely going to give it a looser stop loss and really let this have room to breathe so I can get that 700-800 pips out of this. Likely that when we come back to this in 2 weeks, this is not going to be, hey, that trade is done. So there's sometimes on that spreadsheet, we just cash it out after 2 weeks, but this move took 4 weeks, for example. So we counted from here to here, for example, and this was also part of the trade that we called on these little videos. So hopefully that tells you that you can actually come back and reevaluate as long as we're staying above that 50 moving average, as long as we've retested and we're continuing, as long as we're, respecting that trend and that direction, you're in a great way to be. If you're not making lower lows, and I don't mean little retracements, you have a great trade idea that you can hopefully hold for a couple of days, weeks, and even a month even. So that's all I've got this evening. I'm actually running out the door. We've got a potential hurricane coming, and I suppose the whole city is going to shut down this time in advance by days. So we'll see how this is. Let me go run my munchkin, and I hope you guys have a great day. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and all the things. And as always, take care and God bless.